Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. So we'll go ahead and cover the data download that happened last night. We had two things that are both seemingly pretty good. We can go ahead and jump into it, right? So we do have the Awakening for the LR Trunks and BROLY. Technically, Quest Mode Area 33 is here, although it is only one stage. And then, of course, we have the EZA for Android 17 and 18 / Android 16. So let's jump into it. Okay, so we're going to start with BROLY and Trunks here. So BROLY and Trunks, there's actually one other thing I got to pull up. I could just do that on the side while we're going through it. Now, I would kind of argue BROLY and Trunks are actually sort of not really my type of character, right? So the thing with them is that they have very, very, very kind of like inconsistent defensive abilities, right? Which typically is just not my type of character, but they can have utterly explosive offense, actually, provided you're able to pop their active skill, which of course is that great animation where, you know, Piccolo, Chaozu, Yamcha, Tien, Raditz, and Nappa, and Paragus are giving their energy to BROLY and Trunks. Like it is kind of like actually like pretty fun, right? To like kind of like see that and stuff like that. On the turn where you get their active skill, I mean, their damage could be absolutely, utterly ridiculous, right? They are doing 16 million attack stats, 18 million attack stats, because, you know, remember, these active skill buffs, it's not just 60%. The way it's calculated in a different phase, so the numbers are just like way more than if there was just like 60% like right here, right? Like it is our gargantuan buff. So with that huge active skill, they can do some interesting things, right? I've recorded a couple of showcases. I mean, we see some good and some bad, right? Again, they are not consistent because they have these two additionals, each of which has a medium chance to be a super attack, and then every super they do, they get 31% attack and defense and 8% damage reduction. This build-up damage reduction in the turn that resets at the end of the turn has always been bad. Always. It's always been bad. It always will be. That just sucks. I think a better way they could have done this would have been every super attack Trunks and BROLY do gives them 8% damage reduction up to a max of 40%. But then they don't lose the damage reduction. That would be a much better way to do it. I still think the characters, you know, like they're kind of fun. They're usable. They have a strong link set. They're a help to some category teams that certainly could like use it, by the way, right? Like, you know, they're on stuff like Power of Wishes, Time Traveler, Entrusted Hope, Entrusted Will, Connected Hope. Like they're on a lot of different categories where I think they could get some use out of. For considering how easy it is to get them, right? Like, in order to awaken them, it takes this 954 incredible gems in order to get the 318 medals that you need to actually awaken them to LR, right? Obviously, that's like the Saiyan number, Saiyan Day type thing, right? The Saiyan number. So, there we go. There is that character. Very, very easy to grind them up again. We can just go ahead and point out here that, remember, when new quest mode stages are added to the game, it shows up immediately with the data download, right? So we had the one new stage against Cooler. It is very bizarre that there's only one new stage, but there was only one new stage right there. Here's a little bit of a campaign. So they gave out some stones, blue incredible gems, green incredible gems. There's the one new stage. There's more missions for the BROLY and Trunks. New stuff has been added. The exchange shop with green incredible gems, blue incredible gems, and then Quest EXP is up. And then, of course, it's just talking about getting the medal and then getting some of the resources you can get with the blue incredible gems. In terms of missions, just basically get the medals to awaken them, and you get some link skill balls. More like link skill balls, stones, just exchange up to 1,000 green incredible gems, Dokkan them to an LR, get their SA up to 20, you get some stones and some Kais, clear, you know, some quest mode stages, with Trunks and BROLY, you get some link skill balls and some stones as well. do a couple of link levels, you get a bunch of incredible gems, do over 31.8 million damage to a boss in one attack. This is easy. You could take Broly and Trunks themselves into the boss, like it says right here, and they will easily do that damage, like in one hit, and then you just get the missions pretty easily. And then, like, they're all in all, like, these are just the part 3 missions. I mean, there's quite a lot here just from getting Broly and Trunks basically, you know, done and doing a couple of these. Like, look at this. There's a lot of resources. So this whole, like, quest mode LR Broly and Trunks thing, I would say is actually, you know, really good for the game and actually rather fun. I would have liked if the character was designed a little differently, but I mean, they certainly can still at least do stuff. They're not like some like throwaway. We've had so many like trash, just utter throwaway characters, and I do not think that with this character at all. Then there's, yeah, the one new quest mode stage against Base Cooler for some reason. Sure. Then we have, okay, Mastered Evolution. I guess that makes sense because of Super Trunks and Super Vegeta. Okay, so we have androids 17, 18, and 16. They're easy. I thought that they were going to be pretty solid based off of their details and stuff like that. Obviously, we know 16 is going to put out ludicrous, like, both just like raw attack numbers and raw defensive numbers, right? Like, it's going to be pretty easy for 16 to be like flying past 1 million defense, for example, right? But I was actually really impressed with just 17 and 18 themselves. I feel like this is a character that was just giving a lot, and really allows them to compete very well, right? Like, even without a offensive support, you know, they were shooting out 11 million into like a 7 million into 7 million or whatever it was. Like, they could do a bunch of attacks. They're a character that could have 50% chance to dodge. They're a character that should be able to tank pretty much all normals after they attack. Again, they've got the dodge. They have support. Like, this just seems like a really crazy character to me, right? Like, they're just doing a lot. Like, this is kind of like what we would want from a Yellow Coin LR. So we get Dokkan Fest Android 21, and I would argue that this unit is like exactly what she needed. She certainly would still need more, but this character is a major asset to Android 21's team and just Android characters in general. So I think that they're fantastic. It's sometimes Dokkan does give characters that need help a little bit of help, and then other times Dokkan does not give the characters that need help a little bit of help. But I would say this character is pretty good. I would probably guess they're the second best Yellow Coin LR. To be fair, the competition is not very tough. I mean, I would probably say Bulma 1, there 2, and then, I don't know, Golden Frieza, Rose Goku Black, Super Boo, I guess? Something like that. I mean, I don't really consider, like, LR Ribrian to be super crazy, or really a lot of other stuff. I probably will do an updated Yellow Coin LR tier list, though, because I think that these androids, I mean, they're pretty good. Now, remember, they come out tonight. Actually, do they drop at, is it at the 1 a.m. time? Because a lot of times these days when Global and JP, so the typical Global time is what? I believe it's 1:30 a.m. for Global, right? Or is it 2:30 a.m.? Whatever time it is. And then for JP right now, it's 3 a.m. But they go to a different time, typically 1 a.m. I'm obviously speaking in my time zone, when it's shared. No, it's just at the typical JP time, 3 a.m. Okay. So in 17 hours, they come out. Again, I would say to grind them, get them done. They certainly do seem very good. If any strong Android characters come out in the future, this character is going to matter. By the way, that is going to happen because, I mean, you know, all the memes and jokes, ha ha ha, Beast, you know, wasn't that good, blah, 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 right? I think that the Core Breaker Gammas, I think a Cell Max card, like a real Beast Gohan card, are definitely in the pipeline. I would assume like another Orange Piccolo will probably come as well, but I mean, dude, the thing that's crazy is I think the day Orange Piccolo came out, which was what, like December 26th last year or 27th or something like that, the day he came out, he was definitely the best unit in the game. And I mean, we could a full year later, dude. I probably would still say Orange Piccolo is the best scene in the game right now. Like like Orange Piccolo is actually that crazy. Like it's like Orange Piccolo. I mean, we need to have the conversation that Orange Piccolo actually is having the most dominant run in Dokkan history. Like as incredible as STR Gogeta was when he first came out, to where like his peak was the highest peak ever in the game. But I mean, he was already replaced within 6 months. Super Vegito was 6 months later, who was better, right? And then, you know, we get Buhan and all those other type of characters. Like we're on a year, and Piccolo is like still like it's nuts. Piccolo again is actually legitimately one of the strongest units Dokkan's ever released. Like he's a top 5 Dokkan character ever. That's why like I know like also with the Beast thing, like yeah, Dokkan they're freaking morons, but I mean at least Orange Piccolo was, you know, like Orange Piccolo is what I would have thought Beast Gohan was going to be going into the celebration, right? Like if you just reverse it where it's like, well, duh, obviously Beast Gohan has been the best unit in the game for a year, right? Like that, like it makes sense, but like they gave it to Piccolo, which is crazy because, you know, back in 2019 days and stuff like that, like Piccolo was not really getting that much love. His Dokkan Fest was pretty good, but, you know, not compared to what we have nowadays, right? So again, there's the androids, and then their week 2 mastered evolution, and then there's just the assets. That should be everything. What is the Chaozu asset here? I guess that's just quest mode, must be. I guess I did like kind of like hammer through that the fight with Cooler pretty fast. But yeah, there we go. We have the Broly and Trunks, as well as the Android 16, 17, 18. You know, both kind of fun characters, so I'd say that this was a pretty good day to download. Now, if you're a global player wondering when Trunks and Broly are going to come to global, I have no idea. We are slowly closing in on the global sync, but again, I mean, I would imagine... I mean, it's at least like worldwide download celebration time or something like that when we could actually expect the global sync to happen, right? So let me know what you guys think. Hopefully the Broly and Trunks stuff will come soon. Remember, it does come in, like it's segmented, right? Like Trunks' SSR comes first, then the TUR Trunks and Broly, and then the LR Trunks and Broly will all come kind of like one after another. So let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you guys next time.